Hey everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm excited to be with you today. LeahRae Getts. LeahRae Getts from Digital Trailblazer. Welcome. And as you jump on, say hi. It is Wednesday that we're doing this live, but I will definitely be checking back in for comments and different things from the replay. So interact just like you were live if you're catching the replay as well. Now, I'm especially pumped for today's, I wouldn't say necessarily training, it's more of a workshop. This is going to be really interactive. So the more you give, the more interactive that you can become, the more comments, the better, because then I can give more back, right? I can create a better training for those who are catching the replay and everything else. So the more you give, the more you'll get, essentially, with this workshop that we're going to do here. So say hi. And I'm actually curious what countries and states that we have everyone coming in from today. I'm curious. I'm fairly new-ish to the group, and so I'm learning, what, who's active when, that sort of thing. So I would love to see that and get to know everybody a little bit better. Now, yes, like I said, this is a bit more of a workshop than a traditional training where I'm just going to be talking at you. This is going to be back and forth. So I do want you to have a pen and paper handy. This is going to be a ton of really helpful, really useful information. So grab a pen, grab some paper, and we're going to dive in. And today I'm going to walk you through exactly how you are to launch, sell, and scale your own digital course, your own digital coaching program. So whether you're looking at a course or a coaching program, I'm going to walk you through how to make that happen, because I know a lot of people are waking up to the possibility of reaching more people, of being able to have a bigger impact on the world, how to exponentially grow your bank account, right? When you leverage digital courses, digital coaching programs. So I know a lot of people are planning for 2021. So we're going to dive through. If you want to create and start selling your own digital course and coaching program, what exactly does that look like? How do we actually make this happen? Because doing so, right, having it on a vision board, having it on your to-do list is much different than actually putting a plan in place. So what we're going to do here is we're going to help you create your own plan to actually, the actual action steps to take for creating, launching, selling and scaling and automating your own digital product, your own course or coaching program in this upcoming year. So howdy. And we are going to go through a ton here, but just to point out to you, I've got some more free training in the comments on the description of this group, or description of a live. You can grab the free training, the full free training there, and you can join my own Facebook group where we teach and support people as they do this very thing. You can grab that. So first thing, get in the comments, okay, say hi, but there's three things that I need from you as we start this workshop, as we dive into the good stuff for you. So number one, what date? Let's actually put pen to paper or fingers to keys, I guess. I don't know how you'd say that on the computer, but you get the idea. Let's put it down. Let's make it concrete. What date do you want to launch your program by? What's the date? Okay, is it, January 25th? Is it February 1st or March 1st? Or what does that look like for you? What is the date that you are going to launch your course by? That's number one. And put it in the comments here and we can help you out with that. Number two, this is kind of a fun one. How much money do you want to make per month with this new program or course by the end of 2021? So not how much you're going to make on the initial launch, not how much, doing the beta launch or doing some JVs or anything like that. Absolutely, Brandine, sorry, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but I like it. Yes, we teach all of it. Okay, so I'm going to give you the full outline of what that looks like. And then if you want more help with like the nitty gritty of how to do it, just reach out to me. Okay. And plus we have the training in the description. So, how much you want to make? So do you want to make $5,000 a month? Do you want to make $10,000 a month? Do you want to make $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a month? What is your monthly income goal for this new program by the end? Okay. Okay, good. Thank you. By the end of 2021. That's important. And you got to keep that front in mind because, and if you're not a numbers person, if you're like, it's not about money, that's okay. And that's awesome. But money is a reflection of how much you are impacting people. Money is simply a reflection of how much you're impacting people. So, how many people you want to impact, right? The more money you're making per month means that you're making more of an impact in the world. So what is that for you? Okay, so what number are you working towards for just not your whole business, but just the specific course or program that you want to launch? And then thirdly, what is your idea? So you don't have to get into nitty gritty or anything like that, but what is your idea for your course or your program? What's it going to be about? Start with those three, throw them in the comments. If you're catching the replay, I will definitely respond and help guide you and everything afterwards as well. So, don't worry if you missed it. Now, those are sort of our general guidelines as we move forward. Now let's get into how to really flush this out and create an action plan so that you can really make this happen. And for almost anybody who gets really committed and taking action, you could definitely be making a minimum of $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 a month with a digital course or program by the end of 2021. Now, depending on what it is, there's a lot of factors. You could be making a ton more than that. But even if you're starting from zero, zilch, nada, right now, if you fully commit to this process, by the end of 2021, absolutely minimum of $5,000 a month, minimum of 10, like that's on the low end of the possibilities for someone who fully commits to this process. So get your number, throw it in here, and then let's really dive in. Now, the first step number 1, is about defining your marketing message. Now, you might be a little surprised. You're like, well, I have to create a course. No, you don't. The first thing you need to do is really define your marketing message for your course. Because if you're just having a collection of information, that's not a course or a program that's going to sell. You need to have a marketing message behind it that's actually going to impact people, move them to buy, and help change their lives and do what they want to do. So how do we figure out your marketing message? Well, the first thing we need to start with is the results. What results are you going to help people achieve through your program? What results? So this is the difference between saying, I'm going to sell a digital course about a ketogenic diet compared to, which is just a collection of information, compared to, I'm going to sell a course on how to lose 10 pounds in the next 30 days. Right? This is the difference between selling a course on leg strengthening exercises versus selling a course or a program that teaches basketball players how to increase their vertical and slam dunk. See, it's a collection of information versus having it all framed around getting a result. So if you want a successful course or program, it needs to be framed around getting a very specific result. So what result can you help people achieve? Now, you don't have to be an expert in the industry. You don't have to be a big social media influencer, anything like that. You simply have to be 1 or 2 steps ahead of the people that you're going to help. You need to be able to actually help them, right? But you don't have to be some master guru person for the industry. Okay, so get that out of your head right now. Your marketing message, the second part of this is, what is your method? Okay, so how are you going to help people achieve that result? This is so pivotal. The first thing you need to do truly is get in your if you want to do a course, guys, you have to do this marketing messaging stuff, because otherwise everything else is just a waste of time. Okay, so take the time and do this right and get crystal clear. What is the method that you are going to use to help people get that result? So in the case of, losing 10 pounds in the next 30 days, maybe that's with clean eating. Maybe it's with a clean ketogenic diet. Maybe it's with intermittent fasting, whatever. That's the method. Okay. 4 had a slam dunk, right? For basketball is to increase their vertical and slam dunk. If that's the result, what's the method they're going to get there? Well, with some easy at-home plyometric leg exercises. Okay, so that's the difference between the result, which is how you're framing everything, and then you need to be really crystal clear also on the method that you're going to teach them. And you have to simply talk about be able to explain the method, because I've worked with some folks or helped some people, and they couldn't simply explain the method. And when it was like sentences long and kind of wishy-washy, and that's not going to fly. You have to be concise. It has to be crystal clear exactly what your method is for helping them achieve that result. Now, why is that? Because your method is actually what you're going to be selling in your sales process. Okay, so you have to be very, very clear on that method. Now, third part of your marketing message is, who exactly is this for? Is this for moms who need to get their pre-baby body back, right? Lose that baby weight? Is this for, college athletes? Is this for stay-at-home moms or, aspiring home business owners? Who exactly is this for? And then fourth, what problems or challenges have held or stopped them from achieving this goal or result already? Like, what are the common challenges and problems that people face when they try to get that result on their own? Okay. Write these down. Hope you have your pen and paper, because these are all critical as we move forward. Now, the second piece, once you've defined your marketing message, you're crystal clear on all of that, then you need to, number 2, outline your course. So this is essentially going through and figuring out what modules or sections are you going to have in your course. How are you going to take them from where they are now when they first buy your course to where they want to be? Okay, from where they are to where they want to be. How are you going to do that? So outline your course and outline exactly what they're going to learn or accomplish in each module that you're defining for your course. So you should maybe have 5 modules, 6 modules, 8 modules, 4, whatever, okay? But you gotta be able to define what are they gonna learn or accomplish in each of those modules. Now, I'm not going to tell you to simply start recording and creating these things right now. Absolutely not. I'm gonna show you, we're gonna go through the fastest way to start making money, and that's not it. So, step number 3 is actually building your audience. Step number 3 is building your audience, because once you have your sales process and your webinar in place and you have testimonies to back up your program's claims that you can get people the result that you're talking about, then you're able to really turn on paid ads. But it's smart, if you're just getting started, you're just getting this program off the ground, to focus on creating a warmer audience to sell first. Okay? You want to sell to a warmer audience first. And the easy way to do this would be to create a Facebook group, but you want to leverage whatever audience you currently have. So your email marketing, so your email list, if you have Instagram, YouTube, wherever else you have an audience, you're going to leverage that as well. So don't ignore that. But Facebook groups are honestly a very simple, easy way that most people understand how to use, that you can start using to warm up your audience and get them ready for your launch. Now, you can use ads to speed up this process. So if you're building a Facebook group, you can use ads to get people into your Facebook group, right? To build up that warmer audience, you're going to continue to serve them over time until you, and then launch to them, right? So the idea being that when you get them in front of your master class or your sales webinar, it's not the first time they're seeing you. They've seen you ongoing. They've received value from you ongoing, and they're warmed up. And that's important for the first initial launch, the first time you're selling this program that you're working on. Now, okay. Once you have your marketing message figured out, you've got your outline of all of your modules in your course, you've got your audience in place, and you're continuing to grow and warm them up, then you are ready to launch and start making some money. Making money and impacting people and helping people, which is beautiful. You don't actually need to create the course first. So please don't sit down for 6 months and create the entire course in its entire course in its entirety. That's kind of a lame way to say it, but you get my idea. So don't sit down and all of that time up front before you're making money. Instead, let's get the course sold, and we're going to deliver it live. Sell the course first and then deliver it as a live course that they get to participate in over the next several weeks. And you're going to be delivering a module each week, right? And you can do that live with them. Now, there's some big benefits to this. Number one, this allows you to get your course on the market as soon as possible. This means within a few weeks, you could be ready to run with this versus 6 months down the road when you finally finished all your recording everything and you have it picture perfect and you're ready to go. So it's going to allow you to get to market much faster. But in addition to that, this is important, especially for a brand new program. You're able to see how your lessons are received, okay? How your students are receiving your lessons. What can be improved? Where do people need more clarification in your training? Because that's going to allow you to create an even better final product, okay? That'll allow you to create a better, put some final touches on your program, on your course, for your final product later on. So this is important. And thirdly, doing this live means that you have an engaged group that's working with you, and you're able to collect testimonies, which is pivotal for any sales, okay? So you can collect testimonies while the group is engaged and working with you that will allow you to continue to sell afterwards. That will really, really help you successfully sell your course afterwards. But it's so much easier to get these testimonies at this stage when they're engaging with you. When you're doing live stuff back and forth, you're able to collect amazing testimonies, what they're learning, how they feel about it, what results that they've received. Now, we've gotten through that. Now, create a webinar, okay? You need to create a webinar or masterclass, whatever you want to call it, and invite your audience. So that warm audience that we were talking about that you need to warm up, right? And nurture and kind of love on for a while, you're going to invite them to a live webinar, a live masterclass. Now, on the technical perspective, Zoom is a great option for it. Most of us know how to use it these days. But it honestly could be as simple as a scheduled Facebook Live in your group. So if you are not technical, if you don't want to deal with tech setup first time around, you don't have to. You could deliver this live within your group that you've been nurturing. Okay, so you could just do it as a Facebook Live. But you do want to create slides and a PowerPoint, and because you're going to really systematically lay things out using the marketing method that we've already defined and worked on. So the easiest way, like theoretically, you could do this like with a whiteboard or just talking, but to have the most sales, to be the most successful with this, you want to really lay this out systematically, and a PowerPoint is a great way to do that. I think there might be there's a different program I think for Mac, but I'm PC, so I can't tell you what that is. Now, on your slides, kind of I'm going to give you the outline of what you would follow in your sales presentation. Number one, you want to introduce yourself. You want to let people know exactly who you are and share your story. Facts tell, stories sell, right? So share your story on how you achieved the desired result yourself, and or how you've helped other people achieve the desired result that you're going to teach them about in the webinar. Okay. So the third thing then is then to teach why or how your method, remember we defined that in the marketing message, how that works and how it overcomes the common challenges that they have faced or perceived that they will face. Okay, so you're going to teach why your method works, and you're going to teach them how they are going to overcome those common challenges or frustrations or problems if they were to do it on their own or if they were to go through someone else's program. Okay. At the end of your webinar, that is where you actually start talking about a course or a program. Everything else is just value, right? And warming them up and getting them ready and helping them truly believe that that method is going to work for them. Then at the end of the webinar, at the end of your presentation, you're going to offer them your course or your program as how to use that method that you've just convinced them that they need to use and get the desired result. It's that simple. If they're convinced that that method is going to work for them, they're in. You offer them a program that teaches them exactly what they need to know. Oh, that's an easy sell, right? That's easy. They want in, they want help on how to implement that method. Okay. Now let's talk about pricing. So you're going to start at a discounted price. So this first time around, when you do it live, this would be kind of a beta launch, if you will. You are going to start this at a discounted price, not your final price. And don't freak out if it's less than what you want it to in the end. It should be less. But the point of this is that you're getting people results, you're collecting testimony, so that you can then increase your price as you switch over to an evergreen process, as you switch over to your evergreen program and sales process. So you have to ask yourself, when you're looking at pricing, how much money can you help people save? Now, some people, this will be directly, like it directly saves money on X, Y, or Z. That's fine. But even if it's a weight loss program, guys, think about how much money it would cost them to get a personal trainer or a personal chef or shopper or something like that. What kind of money are you saving them when they don't have to do all of that stuff? Think about how much money people could make. So if it's anything business related, where people are going to be able to make money, how to start an Amazon, how to start selling on Amazon FBA or whatever, how much money are they able to make? What are the alternative costs? So don't just think about other online courses or what do alternatives cost, sorry. Don't just think about online courses. Think about, if they were to go learn this stuff from a university, right? What does that cost? What about the intangible value that people are going to perceive from your program? So things like relationships, self-esteem, confidence, happiness. What are the effects of those things on their lives? How much is that worth to them? Okay. Better job performance, quality time with family, all of that stuff. So there is those intangibles that you have to factor in as well. Now, you also have to think about what makes sense for the budget of your prospective customer. So the budget of a stay-at-home mom is probably very different than a budget from a high-level executive, right? Or a high-level entrepreneur. So their budgets are going to be different. So you do have to keep that in mind to figure out what they're going to be willing to spend, okay? Now, okay. You are going to have to create a follow-up email series, right? And also sort of a group strategy. So if you have all of these people who were invited to the webinar in the same group, then you should be banging on that group for a few days afterwards telling them, reminding them about the offer, making sure that they went through the recording if they didn't watch it live, and having a due date, when the cart closes, when everything's over and they can't purchase any longer. Okay, that's going to be important. Otherwise, it's going to stay out there as the thought of something they, are supposed to have to do. It's not going to be something they're actually going to take time to do unless they know that it's coming to an end and they have to. Okay. All right. Yeah. Otherwise, it'll be on their wish list. They're not going to do it. I mean, honestly, have you ever looked back at your Amazon wish list? I have, and I found crazy things on there from years and years ago that I added there one night when I was browsing through Amazon, and I never looked back at, right? So if you want people to actually go and sell, you have to create a reason for them to sell or to purchase. So you need a due date for them to do that by. And then simply deliver. Once you have all of this figured out and ready to go, deliver your live webinar, make your sales, and then you're going to deliver the actual course live. And you can, like we said, do it in Zoom or wherever, or Facebook, but you want to keep those recordings. You want to host them somewhere. Thinkific is a great site that works really well. But if you are low budget, if you are, not ready for that, or you just don't want to deal with the tech setup for just the beta launch, you could honestly just use a Facebook group and just keep the recordings, in there for them. I would save the recordings on your personal computer or hard drive as well, just in case something happens to that group, that you would have the recordings, you can put them elsewhere, but you can have them available to your paid members through the course or through Facebook. Okay. Now, when all of that is done and you've delivered your program, you've collected the testimonies, now you can make it evergreen. Cha-ching. This is where the real money comes in, where so to make it evergreen, right? You're going to cut up, the previous recordings that you did live into sort of bite-sized chunks, bite-sized videos within each module. So you might have, 5, 10, 3, it doesn't have to be a lot. So probably 3, 5, 8 would be a better description. Bite-sized videos within each module, okay? You're going to add or replace additional recordings based on your participants' feedback. So if you know that when you did it live, they really didn't understand this, maybe you add another short video that goes deeper into that specific topic, okay? Adjust and tweak it to make sure that you're giving people the very best information to help them out. Once the actual course is ready as an evergreen course or program, then you want to go ahead and record an evergreen webinar. So don't ever say something like tonight or the type of day or any time of day or anything when you're recording it. Just record it as an evergreen that they could listen to or watch at any time. You're going to put it behind a capture page where people have to opt in with their name and email to get to it. And then you're going to also have an email follow-up series so that once people opt in, they're going to continue to get reminders to make sure they finish the webinar or the training, and emails telling them to purchase, right? And all the amazing reasons why they should purchase and how you're going to help them. Now, obviously, there's a tidbit of setup that comes to this, right? There are a lot of cogs in this wheel. Now, unfortunately, I feel like too many people let that stop them. Like, they get the idea, they love the concept that they could make a lot of money and help a lot of people with a digital course or program, but they know that there's a lot to figure out, and so they never take the action. They never take the step. It just stays out there as a sort of concept that they want to do, but they don't actually do it. Please don't do that. You are shortchanging yourself, and you're shortchanging the world and all the people that you could help in the process. So instead, I highly suggest you get help doing this. Don't try to figure this out on your own, because it's going to take quadruple the amount of time that it should, and you're not going to get as good of results, okay? So whether you reach out to us or to me and get my help to do this, or you reach out to somebody else and get their help to do this, that's fine, right? But get someone's help, because this is an amazing opportunity, and you can help so many people when you take the time to do this, and you can save so much time when you get someone who just lays it all out for you step by step, right? Like in our program, we just point and click. You don't have to be techie. You just have to follow steps and to get everything set up and ready to run. Now, what do you do now? Okay, so number one, we have a free training. It's in the description of this webinar. So there we go. Description of this live that will help you out as well. Join our Facebook group, but feel free to shoot me a friend request and a message because my friend request gets lost. So send me a message as well. And, you know, I'll make sure that you get whatever you need so that you can get this set up awesome. Whether that's working with us personally or just plugging you into some free resources and things that we have available, we can do that. Okay. So, 30 minutes. I gotta go. But I will be plugging back in, replying I will be checking on all the comments and answering all of you guys. And I'm so excited to help you on this journey and have 2021 be amazing. Okay, LeahRae Getts. Peace out. Bye.